right, so glad you guys have come in here tonight and joined this live stream so we can give away some cameras. I believe I'm looking at camera number 1 right now. I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about my setup. I would love to be able to watch all that's going on here and read all these incredible comments that you guys are putting in the stream right now. I know I won't be able to handle all that, but let me talk you through what we've got going on here, explain to you where these giveaways come from, and then show you exactly what it is we're going to be giving away in a few minutes. I do want to give enough time. Let me do that one more time. I do want to give enough time for people to jump in and have a chance to be able to get in on this giveaway. I don't want to leave anybody out because we just jumped right in and gave things away right quick. So I'm gonna stall for a few minutes. I also am dependent on my wife tonight. She's going to be coming in a few minutes in order to actually put all of these names that, as you are commenting that you're here. You putting your comment in the chat is the only way I'll know you're here, and that's the only way I can know you're going to be included in the drawing. So if you just tell us you're here, tell us what you're streaming, and she'll go through and she's going to write down each one, and just an old-fashioned out of the hat kind of draw is what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to switch over to the camera that's right in front of me now for just a second. I'm going to give that little I think I'm trying to. There we go. I've mounted this one to an OBSBot Me so that if I need to scoot around where I am here, it's going to follow me. The beauty of that OBSBot Me with a Mevo start in it is that it has its own eye. It's gonna chase me wherever I go in this little spot. So I'm using that tonight. I do want to scroll back up a little bit and look at some of your comments, because I asked you to let us know you're here and tell us what you stream. I do want to make sure folks know some of the things that you guys stream. First up, we had Smart House and Garden, and he's planning on streaming a church service. However, looking at his channel, if you have a chance to get over and look at Smart House and Garden, that channel is full of what he does in his flower beds, what he does in his yard, and I assume in other places as well. But he has an incredible knack for making things grow, and I was very impressed with what he's got going on there. 1620 Garage, it's great to see you come in and be a part of this. And if you did in fact have a chance to live stream some parts of your restorations, that to me would be it'd be compelling must-watch streaming. So fire department softball. Arthur, that sounds like a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've played recreational league softball, but man, that would be an incredible thing to get to stream. As I was looking at some live streams back probably about 6 months ago, I ran across an adult fast pitch men's league in Finland, Denmark, somewhere in the Scandinavian countries. And those guys playing softball was a blast, and they're playing fast pitch, underhanded fast pitch softball. It was a lot of fun to get to watch. So your firehouse fire department softball is going to be a lot of fun as well. Brian with the worship services, Heather doing the 16U softball and travel ball, also getting to do high school this year. I see that's going to be a lot of fun. I love to stream our high school ball. Sean's doing some fast pitch. Richard's doing some church services. Keith is looking for a good baseball streaming setup. Well, if you go home if you get shipped one of these streaming Mevo setups, you're going to have a quality streaming service setup. So let's see. There's Marcus, who's doing baseball, basketball, and football. I need to ask Marcus, do you mind putting in the chat, how have you been able to do basketball with your internet connection? Oftentimes when I go into a gym, what I find is a gym is a great lead box that won't let a cell signal in or out. And a lot of places I try to stream, I find that basketball is difficult because of the way the gyms are built. If you don't mind putting that in there, let us know in the chat how you've handled the internet connection there. All right, so I'm going to scroll a little bit. Bert's going to be doing some Sunday night Bible study. Fantastic. I use mine for Sunday night Bible study every time we have it. It's a great tool for that. Lolo is doing youth sports and high school sports. That's good. Justin doing some 10U baseball. Let's see, we've got Kay Wesley just giving a thanks. And man, I tell you, the things I've learned, I love to get to pass on. And I'm glad it's beneficial to somebody else. I'm looking through my videos for the new year and trying to plan some things out for the channel and see what direction we're going in and some of the new things that are kind of coming on the scene with different pieces of software we can use our Mevo camera in. And it's something that has struck me in several areas of my life, not just in the streaming, but the idea that I want to make sure that I am offering value over success. I mean, it's good to be whatever, but value is so much more important than anything. Folks, let me tell you something. You know you've married up when your wife walks in the room and it takes your breath away every time. And she's just walked in the door and she is going to help us get these names on a piece of paper. She's giving me that look like, you shut up. Sweetie, you're going to need to... yeah, you're going to need to bring your own school supplies. Okay, so back to the chat. I was just going to look through and kind of get an idea of where you guys are headed with your streaming. Jai, good to see you here tonight. Glad you're here. Ben does a fantastic job of a multi-camera setup in a church setting. Ben Beckner is in the chat, and the stuff he does in Colorado is amazing with what he does with Mevo setup, doing a multicam, and I just love his heart and the way he works to make a great product there for his church. Let's see who else we got. Aaron Madsen, baseball, basketball, and football. Glad you're getting to do this, and it's a pleasure to get to give some things away. I appreciate the thanks. Bert, appreciate the comments you've made recently. And if you go on to YouTube, can you look at on your device, or do you need this iPad? Okay, look at that and let me know, and we'll get names written down on a piece of paper and thrown in a hat, and then we'll get to draw some of them here in just real quick. Okay, so Dan Hughes is doing open houses with Mevo. Let me ask you, Dan, do you mind putting back in the chat if you're using your, if you're doing, would you look at that? A kid named Hoffman, looks like his name is Bryce, has dropped in a super on me, $1.99. Thank you, Bryce, for doing that. That gets you a shout out.
Starting with Smart House and Garden, then 1620 Garage.
That's the ones. Yep. If you'll just write those down. Yeah. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Bryce is my firstborn tax deduction, who is no longer a tax deduction because he outgrew that. So, but I'm glad he popped in here to say hi. So back into what you guys are doing with your streaming. I was asking Dan if you're using, if you would be using a gimbal with your Mevo. Just curious. I just would like to know if you are. Which one will you be using? Now I have one here on the shelf. I'll reach back and grab here. This is the Hoffman iSteady Multi. It's made really for a point and shoot, but it works great for the Mevo Start. It fits here. It balances very, very well, and it does a super job of getting a steady shot gimbal for the Mevo Start. And that's a side conversation with Dan there, who's planning on using this for open houses. All right, so those of you saying thanks for doing this, it is great. It's a joy for me to get to. It just is a joy. So anyway,
is that a name?
Yes, thank you. All right. Thanks for the love on the Marvel poster. I've actually just moved into my second-born tax deductions bedroom because he is in college, just about to finish college, and getting married in May. So he's not going to need this room long term anymore. So I was in this little bitty 6 foot wide room on the other end of my house, and so this just allowed me some more room. That's his Marvel poster. It's probably going to come down soon, and I've got some other things that I would like to put in its place. But yeah, thanks for the love on Marvel there. Appreciate that. Yes, 1620. I do need a producer, and she's standing right over there. It's just getting her to have time to get to produce is the only thing that I run into a problem with there. She says I don't pay her enough, but the perks are incredible. I mean, she gets to live with me. How much better could it get, right? Steel Nation Live 201. Appreciate the compliment there. Lolo, the invite to Sideline HD. Okay, there we go. Yeah, throwing it way back there to last year. That's awesome. And I assume Sideline HD has been wonderful for you, like it has been for everybody who's tried to use it. What a great service they're producing there. Player for you 21 is going to be doing Little League softball. Let's see. Eric is doing kids soccer and baseball. Marcus did say it's been a struggle. Well, I appreciate the honesty there, bud. Yeah, sometimes it is. Really. Okay. But it is. Arthur's comment is next. It is a ton of fun bringing the games to folks who can't make it there, to those fans, those little kids. So that's good stuff. Netgear Nighthawk. Yes, agreed. They are. Everything I read about them says they're awesome. I don't have one yet. But maybe one day we'll get that far. Justin, yes, I agree. Sideline HD is awesome. I'm glad you're getting to use it. What a great benefit. Moms and dads love to get the updates via text as soon as their kid is done. And they've just added the defensive highlights as well. I haven't had a chance to stream one since then, but I'm fired up about that. That's pretty cool. All right, JK, glad you're here tonight. Let's see. We have... Dan is not using a Mevo yet, but he is using his phone, which is why it's super complicated. But he does use a gimbal. Okay, so that's cool. You do need the steady shot if you're going to be doing open houses. There's just no doubt about that. So La Casa del Alfarero, Bible Teaching Church Services. That's good stuff. Jehu Hernandez from Texas. Well, brother, you're watching from Texas, but this is happening from Texas. We are absolutely... Studio tax repurpose. Yes, 1620. That's brilliance right there at its best. Mark, thanks for getting to jump in, even if it's for just a second. How did the tournament go? I know you were in a tournament this weekend with one of your kids, and I hope it was a lot of fun for you guys. Thanks for getting the chance to pop in. Okay, so now that we're kind of caught up on getting to see who all's doing what in this particular chat. Thanks, Jay. My Thanksgiving was fantastic. Got to see so much family and eat way too much food. I shouldn't have eaten the food, but I'm glad I got to see the family. So Logitech reached out back a few months ago and asked about doing a video for their marketing department because of our church streaming. And they had some questions that they wanted to make sure they understood the thought process for so many of us who do church streaming. And the questions like, what's the value? Or why did you have to start doing church streaming? Or things that they thought they might know the answer to, but they were valid questions. And so I did a couple of hours worth of video that they chopped up, I suppose. I haven't seen a final product yet. But they did an internal video for their understanding for their marketing department. And the goal there was to help them understand what houses of worship were living through, coming into, being in, and coming out of. Not many folks are coming out of, but as we aim for coming out of the quarantine, COVID, all the pieces of the puzzle that keep folks away from church, but we need to be able to connect with them, right? And so they had several specific scenarios they wanted me to cover. Did a couple of interviews, had some other video that came into it. Ben did a great job. Ben Beckner did a great job of adding to that video. And so that was the goal. And so I sent them video after video after video after video of, what it's like to have to stream worship services, to connect to folks who you're used to having sit in the room with you. And then it still feel like we're all part of the same family. And so part of what they offered to do was to send me a 3-pack of Mevo starts, as soon as I made that offer, I thought, nope, there's something different that we can do with that. Instead of a 3-pack, I'm going to ask for 2 starts and some accessories. And so I asked for that. I don't think I was asking for more. I just asked for something different. And so they agreed to send a pair of Mevo starts and then several accessories that then I'm just turning into a giveaway. These things didn't cost me anything except a little bit of time, and it was time I probably would have spent making videos for my channel anyway, so it didn't cost me anything, and I'm just thrilled to get to pass it along to some folks. Hopefully some of you who win tonight will be new Mevo users, and you'll get to experience what so many of us have been doing for quite some time. And maybe some of you who have been but are ready to expand your setup can do that through this giveaway tonight. So my wife is feverishly writing down your names. And I know that there are a couple of you who have popped in since I started telling that little part of the story. Kevin, I'm glad you're getting to stream high school volleyball. Do you use a single camera or multiple cameras? That's my question for Kevin, if you don't mind putting that back in the chat. I'm just curious. Volleyball is one of those things because you're in an enclosed space. I would feel like you could get a great shot no matter where the ball was headed, no matter what action was happening there. Brandy, you have not missed the giveaway. I've just been flapping my gums since they got in here, and they really wish I'd stop, but I'm doing this old-fashioned. My wife is writing down everybody's name who is in the chat. Thanks, Lolo, for answering that question that I was just fixing to gum on about. Repeat what you have your Mevo auto panning with. Okay, so the Mevo is mounted, this Mevo that we're talking to right now is mounted to a OBSBot Me. I don't know if OBSBot is really the way you pronounce that. It's OBS Bot. It is OBS BOT. They've produced a few different things and are continuing to. The original OBSBot, excuse me, that I had was an OBSBot Tail. It was a PTZ3X optical zoom streaming camera, and it was a beautiful little device, but the software implementation in it was terrible. So anyway, didn't get to keep that. Didn't get to keep streaming with it, but that's what it's mounted to. Thanks for asking the question. Do you have any other questions while we're still trying to write the names of the folks down? I will call time in a few minutes, and for the first drawing, if you're in it, you're in it, and if you're not, you're not. And then if anybody gets added, we can add their name for the second. Okay, so Brandy says they've been streaming interviews, but they use their iPhone camera. Multi-camera options with Mevo would take me to a whole nother level. Agreed, it would. Yeah, basketball games. So the eye on this little OBSBot Me is going to be able to track someone that's pretty close. I don't think it's going to be able to track a basketball game to find one person. I had a conversation with somebody on the channel a few months ago about trying to maybe track the referee closest to your sideline as maybe an option that would work if you were mounting your camera down pretty close to the floor level, not on the floor. But if you were down that close and could track the referee closest to you as they went from, because that referee would go from baseline to half court and no farther. And so you'd need to set it up so that whatever was past them, it would track. I don't know if it would work or not. AI is getting there, but it's not there. It certainly wouldn't do a soccer ball or something like that. But basketball, that maybe, if you get them to track the right one. Then that's the question. Eric, can OBSBot track a ball? No, it's just not advanced enough yet. AI software is incredible, but it's just not yet there. So they are all saying thank you for helping out tonight, Sweet Pea.
Sure thing.
She says sure
I'm
thing.
done. I'm just waiting on, is there anybody else?
Okay, so have you got CBUS Sports Radio? They popped in just a minute ago, and they are streaming high school football, basketball, soccer, baseball. Wow. And they're using three Mevo starts, and it works great for them. Okay, so now you're looking at the downshot Mevo because the cat just walked across the desk. And there he is. His name is Chief, and he runs the show. He's about to kill my stream, too, if I don't get him out of here. There we go. Bye, Chief. All right, let's get you back around here. And
The
let's...
last one I see is Jim Birding. Burt Baker, already have him.
Okay. Jim, okay, so Bert, yep. And you've got Eric, who is above Jim Birding, right?
And Jim asked you a question.
Don't you wish you had more control over the audio other than volume control? Well, yeah, actually, I kind of do wish I had more control over the audio than just volume control. I wish I could set what microphone I was talking to in multicam, but I still have to go back into Mevo 2.0 to get that done. I've switched cameras because the cat has absolutely thrown off the one that I was trying to use with the ObsBot Me whenever he came up. So I'm going to try to reset that right quick, and we'll get back to that middle camera shot because the lighting just seems to be better on it, and I'm going to aim for being with that one in just a second. So
Close that junkie, close it.
So let's see. We are on the camera number 1. Okay, so we're going to call time at 8:22 for the first giveaway. She is cutting up. We're not going to add any new names. Now, for giveaway number 2, we're going to add Chris Stinger. Chris Stinger will be added for giveaway number 2 and for the third one that we do. But I called time just before his name popped up. So, Chris, I'm sorry about that. But I had called time, and I just want to try to be as fair as I can. We have multiple giveaways tonight, 1620. Yeah, we do have. As a matter of fact, I made an announcement. A couple of days ago that we're not just doing 2, but I'm adding a third one. I was able to cobble together a third giveaway. It's not the same as the first 2. You'll get to see what that is shortly. But yeah, there will be 3 giveaways tonight based on what those folks from Logitech have sent me, and I am excited about that. So,
Do you want me to fold these?
You don't have to fold them. No, just throw them in there because I'm not going to look. We're just going to dip in and get it. So let's see if the ObsBot is going to track me or not. Let's see. It is. Look at that. So we'll go back to that camera shot. Like I said, the lighting is a little bit better on that one. And get this microphone out of the way just a little bit. All right. I didn't think to ask, how is the sound on the stream? I'm using this little USB condenser mic that's attached, adapted from USB-A to USB-C into the back of camera number 1. It's going into this camera. I don't have any sound attached to this one, and I've got just the Mevo built-in ones for the over the top shot that we'll show the giveaway from in just a little bit.
Okay. The first one?
All right, my dear. Folks, it is time to give away the first bundle.
Here's all the names.
All of the names are in this basket. All right, so I'm going to reach into. She's going to hold it way up here so that I can't see what I'm drawing. And I'm gonna. The sound is good. I appreciate the feedback there. Thank you so much. All right.
You got 2.
You liked lighting better on 1, Ben Beckner. Okay, well I appreciate that. Okay.
You got
All right, I've got one. And our first is JK Productions. JK Productions, are you still in the chat? You don't have to be. If you came in and you gave us your information, we'll get you there. But I do need you, JK Productions. I'm a little hot there, looks like. All right, so I'm going to put that in the chat. Bryce says, oh, the anticipation. J-K Production. No S?
I don't think so.
Okay, JK Production wins drawing 1. All right, congratulations, JK Production. Drawing 1 has been done.
But his message retracted. Does that mean he left, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I just need JK Production to reach out to me via channel email. I have an email link in the video description of I think all of my videos. I know all of the recent ones, and I went back and tried to get the rest of them as well, making sure that we have a way for you to contact me so that you can send me an address and I can send you this drawing number 1. I am not ready for 2. We've got somebody else to add. Maybe, JK is still here. Congratulations, bud. I tell you what, fantastic. I hope you get great use out of it. I hate to impose or to snoop, but I would love to know what you're going to be using it for, and I haven't seen that yet. Sweetie, do you have Philip Hughes in there? That's one that I have not seen that name come up before. Philip Hughes. I see the rest. I recognize having seen them.
Demers. I don't think I have him on there.
Okay, you added Chris Stinger, Sean Demers. Yep, we've got. I think we've got everybody else in. We are going to take JK's name out. I still have it here. He won't win more than one bundle tonight. But congratulations, JK. I tell you, that's really, really cool. I can't wait to get a mailing address from you and get to ship that out to you. I'll make sure that I do my best to get you a tracking number so you can watch it come to you. And we'll move forward with that. That is that. Okay, he says, okay, I will. Thanks. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much.
I think I've got everybody else.
Okay, she thinks she has everybody else. All right, so thank y'all for congratulating him. I tell you what, the Mevo community is such a great support to one another, and I appreciate that about you guys so very much. All right, so
Is that Mike Gray Avenue? Or was he already in there?
Mike, had you commented before this one? Because I'm fixing. Well, it didn't make any difference. Well, yeah, it does, because she's got to write your name down, and we don't need to put a name in there twice. Philip Hughes, what do you mean by 1824? Am I missing something there? Did you comment? Did someone comment at 1824 and
1818.
and now 1818? What is the... Thanks, JK. Appreciate the contact. That's good. That's good. Okay. So, did you have Mike Grayab before?
Not unless he commented earlier.
I don't think you did. I don't recognize the name, and I've been trying to watch each one that comes through.
Oh, it says just joined.
Thank you very much. Thank you for letting us know that.
So he's in.
And so we have added you. Oh, Philip, that's when you entered. Okay, yes. Okay, so when we got then we got you in at 1818.
Yes, okay.
Philip Hughes. She says she has your name in the basket. So we'll do the second drawing. It is 8:29, and I've called time for the second drawing, just like the first one. It's going to be I guess I could have showed y'all that before we drew, couldn't I? Wow. I didn't do that very well. So now that we're doing the second drawing, let me go ahead and show you the shot that I had set up. It is the Mevo table stand, which is articulated. It is the Mevo Start. It is the Mevo case, and it is the Mevo power Ethernet power adapter, power over Ethernet, the PoE. And that is a bundle. You'll get all of that in the mail. You may get the cat in the mail too. He's in the box that all came in right now. We may just mail him to you as well. Little goof. So that's what it looks like. That's the bundle that we give away for bundle 1. That's what JK is going to receive in the mail, and that's what this next winner is going to receive as well. Dan, I'll answer your question as soon as we get this drawing done. And here we go. My hand is in the basket. We'll get back over here to this shot. And I am pulling out one name. That one name. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? Just so you know what that name is, I'm going to hold it up there so you can see. Y'all see who that is? Ben Beckner winning a Mevo bundle. Congratulations, Ben Beckner. You are the second winner of the bundle tonight. That is awesome.
Tell Bert Baker he can't have my cat.
Oh, Bert, Melanie says you cannot have his cat. Not have this cat. Hey, if it was up to me, I'd send it to you. But okay, all right. So I'm gonna put Ben Beckner in the comment. Ben Beckner drawing 2. Congratulations, Ben. That's a great use. I love what you do with your community. When you streamed that homecoming parade, I was fired up about that. Love seeing what you do with your church, and so any time that we can make an impact in our community, it is always a plus. So thank you for what you do there. Dan, the ObsBot, does it have sensitivity settings? It does not. And if I find myself in that one little spot that is right in between, and of course I put my hands up like that and it wants to stop following me. But yeah, it will jerk back and forth. Now, if I'll move over a little bit and it finds kind of a sweet spot, then it won't do that. It just follows. But really, I mean, anything that AI tracks us is built for motion. It's not really built for me to sit still because as I lean this way, as I lean that way, it's going to move just a little bit. And most of the time, folks kind of get weary of that. Maybe even a little seasick from it. So I tell you what, we'll just go ahead and stop it. It'll hold still if I don't throw my hand back up and have it start tracking me again. But all right, so third drawing, we're going to put David Moore's name. He just showed up and put his name in. David, we had asked at the beginning of this that anyone who comes in, let us know you're here by telling us what you stream. So we'll all watch while you type what you stream. All right, because everybody else that's here has answered that question, and I'm just gonna ask the same question of you. I don't want to leave you out. I'm sorry to single you out that way, but that's the question that we have all answered tonight. What do you stream? And the answers have been incredibly varied. I've been fired up about that part of it. So many different things that folks stream. That's been kind of cool. All right, I'm rearranging my desk so I can bring out the third giveaway. I am going to try to get everything in a shot. Let's see, if I move that one way down there, maybe I can get this where we want it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll try. Doing a little bit of rearranging here.
Is Steven Springer a new ad?
Okay, so she's still watching. Steven Springer, is that your first comment, Steven? That's the question. If it's your first comment, that means I get to add you for the next giveaway that we're about to draw for. I don't think I've seen your comments up until now, and I just kind of need to know if if that's your first comment or not. Are there light settings on the Mevo? Yes, there are image adjustment settings on the Mevo, and I have not played with any of them. I keep mine set pretty close to Vivid, the preset Vivid. Sometimes I'll run my saturation down a little bit or my contrast up a little bit from Vivid, or vice versa, depending on what the lighting is like. But yes, there are some light settings, some image adjustment settings in the Mevo Multicam and 2.0 app, both. So, all right. Do we have anybody else that needs to be added to the drawing? Let's see. Mike says, I stream events for some nonprofit organizations near where I live, and I produce panel talk shows for rare disease organizations. I'm helping a church get set up with NDI PTZ cameras too. Wow, you got your hand in a lot of stuff. Hattiesburg Patriot, adding to the drawing for the next one. Name is Tom Garman. If you want to put Tom on there as well, that's fine. Stream public meetings and courtrooms. That's fascinating. Matter of fact, if you stream that somewhere, Like if that's going live or if it's going up as recordings and you keep a channel of that somewhere, my wife will probably subscribe to it because the courtroom stuff fascinates her. Okay? All right. Dan says, it makes sense. I was thinking of getting an OBSBot to make video more interesting, easier to film. I think there is a 360 mode you can use to capture a whole room. The OBSBot Me has a built-in stop, so you can do 320 degrees maybe. It's 300 and something degrees you can do, but there's a stop. It doesn't go all the way. The Mevo pod, of course, you have to. It doesn't have its own eye, but the Mevo can. And I do have a video on my channel that shows how to do the Mevo, your smartphone controlling the Mevo so it can track you, and then above that, the Mevo mounted if you want to use that for recording because of its camera. But yeah, that's a way to do it as well, to get that 360 shot. And in the open house thing that you're doing there, I can see where it'd be incredibly valuable. That's good stuff. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I need to explain to you what this third drawing is before I call time. So I'm going to switch back over to the overhead shot. And in the third drawing, now you're going to see Ben's name and JK's name still there because they're not back in the drawing. So they're just kind of hanging out there. There will be a third table stand being given away. And I have this case. Now this case is one that last year when I had COVID, and the folks at Mevo found out that I did, they sent me a care package that included this case and a couple of other things. And so inside this case, what I'm going to be giving away is the third drawing. Now I told you it was different than the others, but some folks might think it's better. Some folks might not, but that's okay. What's in the third one is my setup. Now lighting is a difficulty there, because it's all black on black. But I guess I can take that out and show you what the third giveaway is. So the Mevo Plus with Boost, which, as you know, Mevo no longer makes. But as I watched conversations happen on the Mevo customer group last week, I saw many folks still looking for this. As a matter of fact, there were a couple of times that somebody said, hey, I've still got one. And somebody immediately said, would you be willing to sell it? So this is the third giveaway. It is the Mevo Plus Boost case. Of course, there is the mic stand adapter that goes with, right? That in case you're not using the Boost and you just want to put the Plus on top of it. The original Mevo charging block, higher voltage, and the original Mevo branded even. I mean, that is real deal, the original Mevo USB cable in a case with a table stand. And so there is the third one. I don't see any new comments to add a new person. So we're going to go ahead and do the third drawing for the Mevo table stand and then the Mevo Plus Boost combo with case all together there. And so now here we go.
There's all the names.
All the names are in the basket.
You can't look.
I can't look and y'all can't look. So here comes the third drawing. And the name on the third drawing is Heather Forbes. Heather is our winner of the third drawing, Mevo Plus and Boost. That is fantastic. Congratulations, Heather, for the OG Mevo bundle. Folks, if you now Ben is going to send me his, I may already have Ben's address from a print that I did at one time. JK is going to send me his address. Heather, if you'll send me an address, I will mail this out with a tracking number. And folks, I just want to let you know, whatever you do with your setup that you get is entirely up to you. There is there are no strings attached. It's all good. So whatever you do with it is fine with me. Congratulations, Heather. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations, JK. Thank you all for taking the time to be in this stream. Thank you all for the way you've treated one another in the stream and congratulating each other and showing the interest that you have in what everybody's streaming. I hope that this has been as much fun for you as it's been for me. whatever you're streaming, continue on. Good luck, happy streaming, and I hope I get to run across you maybe either on the YouTube channel or the Mevo customer group on Facebook. And thanks a lot, and congratulations, and folks, your encouragement to me tonight has been more than what you can know. Thank you for the way you have encouraged me, and I'll get to go back through and watch the comments a little better, because I know I missed a whole bunch of what you guys were saying. So thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a great night. And until the next one, we'll see you guys later. Thanks.
Mark Leon wants to know if you've ever had trouble with a Mevo losing connection or not being able to connect when there are multiple